What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello and welcome in to yet another, not just episode, but another week of your show. My name is Gary. So happy to have you here. Very, very grateful that you stopped by to check things out as we continue to become the hyper-local voice of Saskatoon, the local TV that we used to have. That doesn't seem to appear to be available anymore as all the big corporations moving out of the local and they're getting into the money, which is par for the course when it comes to stuff like that. So always thankful that you join us and allow this movement of reminding everyone to just be nice to each other, man. Let's just take a breath, be nice, treat others how you want to be treated. Very simple. These golden rules that are so easy to talk about, but so hard to apply in life, apparently. So thank you to you. And we continue to thank you with the greatest camera in the history of all cameras in the entirety of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to this Maggie cam. Look at this bad boy. Oof. And she stayed in her spot, too. There was no wrangling. She was in. Phantom even got up to go. Oh, Phantom, we forgot to introduce you. Pop back. I can't even hit you. Can you reach your arm out? Can you reach your arm out the window? This will be good. Come on. Get in there. All the way. Come on, a little more. Hey, I saw a finger. There's two fingers. There it is. That's a good wave. Shout out to our main man, Phantom, as he was carrying the Twitch stream today. Uncle Brando, not sure if he's alive or not. We usually take a couple days before we hear from him when he returns from MagicCon Vegas. So Phantom and I were on the old Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media, doing some Paper Mario. And it's starting to get fun finally, which is good because, man, it was pretty tedious there for a while. But I feel like we're finally getting in the zone now. So that's very, very good. Let's get back to the Mega Cam. Wake up Mr. Morgan Freeman and make sure this all works. We'll do a quick test.
Hello, Phantom. It is Monday. He's looking like we're good. I saw that when I just sort of blinked. It's hard reading for a living. The Maggie Cam, proudly presented to you by our best pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. This is the home of Leroy the greeting dog, who has a bed right beside the door. So when you come on into their beautiful establishment, you will be greeted by a beautiful puppy, and then your beautiful shopping experience will begin. They got deals every Tuesday. You got bones on sale. Every Thursday, you have treats on sale. They also now offer grooming services. Yes, you've heard that correctly. The one thing they weren't offering, they now offer to you. And not only that, they got more deals in there. $60 blowout. Okay, to blow out all that extra hair on your puppy, all the hair that fills up all your vents and all that stuff, they will be blown out. And you get a free toy with said blowout. Marge still loves her bumblebee that she got from her blowout. They also have the most affordable puppy spa in the history of puppy spas in-house, ready to go with all the things you need. God, see, it's so cute. As at some point we will get into dirty puppy territory again, the perfect place to rinse your little pup off. They also have a fashion aisle ready to go for you, full of t-shirts and bunny hugs and booties and jerseys. It's all there. When it comes to food, they also have you covered. All the raw foods in the fridges at the back, as well all the dry foods lining the left side of the store. That left back wall full of all your favorite dry foods. Also full of all your traveling crates, your beds, your exercise bins. They have it all. And most importantly, this is one of the reasons, many reasons why we love Pet Planet on 8th Street so much. Because you know that they care. Not just because Mike and Rochelle are two of the nicest human beings ever who own the place, but also because they stay open after hours and on weekends to make sure you can get in to their establishment. Because a lot of stores only go traditional business hours. No. Not at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They stay open late and are open on weekends as well because they know life is hard out there and they do everything they can to make it a little bit easier for you. With a big thank you to Chris and Kirsten for helping out with all of that. It is time to make the change. It is time for us all to say, no, 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 Mr. Big Corporation that has no feelings or emotions. We will support local mom and pop shops as we continue to take the power back and give it to the actual people living here in this city that we all enjoy so much. It is time to make that change. It is time for you to head on over to Bet Planet on 8th Street. They are your Pets Natural Grocer. One more big stretch. Look at her go. Oh my goodness. This could be a candidate.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Morgan Freeman. This could be a candidate for Maggie Cam of the Year right here. I'm going to nominate it. Put a star on that one. Happy Monday. Hope it was very, very well to you. We had a lot going on over this past weekend. Whether you are a hockey fan, as much as it hurts me to say, congratulations to the all you fans of Le Habitant out there, taking out Tampa Bay in a hell of a series. Not a single game was decided by more than one goal, which is pretty crazy when you think about the first game of the second round, which had Colorado and Minnesota. Ended up scoring, what was it? I think 15 goals, 9-6 final score. Like a CFL game out there with some good defense, right? Just nuts. So it shows you the type of ball the boys are playing out there. Raptors, unfortunately, saying, so close, but not quite. And much more we will get to. But first, I put my headpiece on because I see a man. And I feel like, I don't know, Phantom, it sort of looks like he's in his garage, hey? You think he's in his garage? Yeah, I'm thinking that, all right. It is now time to find out where the host of Recovery with Cal is. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our guest for the day, Seahawk! Pew, 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 pew. My man! You know what? You're always talking up your garage, a.k.a. man shed. It looks like we're looking at something pretty cool here. What's going on there, buddy?
Yeah, just trying a new space.
I love it. The connection feels good. This is great. I see you're sitting right beside a golf cart. Okay, hold on. Bad connection?
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty far behind. Maybe it's just the screen. I don't know.
Oh, you're like...
I got a couple bars. It's super windy out here, dog. Like, I think those radio waves are just getting blown.
It's not just
every which way, dog.
Not just out there, doggy. It's also in here. But look at this.
Oh, really?
Look what I found. My grandma's old radio. She used to listen to me on at the old place there on this thing. It's from like the 60s, I think. It's even got a carrying case. How cool is that?
Oh, yeah. You know what,
cool.
Dude? My mom just went through my grandpa's things with him, and she came across a radio just like that, dude. It came in like a leather case.
Very cool. Dude.
That is awesome.
How cool would that be if they're like $1 million like treasures and we both have one?
Yeah, I think it's a real treasure.
Here. Well, yeah, it's very cool.
Does yours work? Have you put a battery in?
Yeah, let's see what we got here. How do I power it on? I didn't think that through, did I?
When I took mine apart, like to put the battery on, it was insane what was inside. Like it was like a science project in there, man. Like a mad scientist like lab. Like in like a shockwave, I don't know, like Frankenstein back to life, you know? But it's super cool. I'm glad that you have one.
And it works. You hear that? I'm going to turn it off, but that's very cool. Maybe one day we'll see what we can find on there.
Well, the one that my grandfather has, the tuning is the number 1 through 8.
Oh, see, no, mine has. There was 2 minutes. Scared me from math because, I don't have the math. It says holiday on it, transistor 6. It's got 16, 10, 8, 7, 65.5.
That's probably the full radio channels.
The full gambit. There we go. Look at us bonding here. Okay, golf cart. I see your golf cart's right beside you, dog. You got a dang golf cart. Makes me miss my old golf cart that I used to roll around in. It's so much fun living the golf cart life. That's a birthday present, right?
That's my lovely wife's golf cart.
Amazing. I seen you riding on it too, by the way. Don't act like you don't also have fun with that
you
bad
know
boy.
what? Yeah, you know what? Like that was one of the reasons why she got it for fun, and then she's like, and then we can pull you around and your stuff. I'm like, all right.
What do you even say to that, eh? It's like, I guess, yeah.
Okay,
That sounds about right.
I got to figure out how to transfer into it, man. Like I've been like sitting out in my garage here for the last little while, checking out my new toys,
Of course,
doing
we'll get
some
to
like
that.
spit on, you know,
Yes,
like
sir.
anyways, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I got to figure out how to transfer onto this golf cart.
I've seen you transfer into some pretty high trucks, okay? Are
Dude,
you worried about your transfer board not making it?
Well, yeah, you know, I think I could probably go. I tried to transfer to a truck last week.
We're going to get
and
into all of that.
I couldn't make it.
Okay.
I couldn't make it.
That's a little teaser. That's the main event here. That's what we're going to talk about, but there's still some other stuff. Did you see the Derby?
Okay.
Did you see the Derby? Kentucky Derby this weekend.
Oh, you know what? I missed it. But how is our horse? It's the party. How did that one work?
The party one did not win, but one Going Tempo, I think, was the name of the winner. 23-1 dog, and it's the first ever winner in the history of the Derby that had a female trainer training the horse. So it wasn't just a win for the team; it was a win for women as a whole, which is pretty dang cool to see them take one home. So Renegade was the favorite, paying 5-1, and he led the whole way until the last couple. Like, it was a photo finish, man. This horse, this Tempo, was all the way at the back. Then said, "All right, I'm going to start running now," and beat him out in the last leg. Like, it was a crazy finish. But the good news is I had no money in my account to make a bet on said horse, so we didn't lose it. Would have been a lot more embarrassing if our horse would have won, and I had to be like, "Guys, by the way, we didn't, you know." But big win for the Derby.
Well,
and a big win.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So that was very good as well. Raptors losing out. You're not really a basketball guy. You're not too upset about that, I can tell. Still,
you know what? I did watch a little bit of basketball briefly this weekend, and I watched the Lakers.
The Lake Show. Yeah, they finished off Houston.
Who's the man on the Lakers?
Well, they got Luka Doncic, who's hurt right now, Austin Reeves, and some Illuminati adrenochrome drinking LeBron James, who we don't like around here.
What? LeBron James? But his son plays on it too.
He does.
That's really cool.
Isn't that hilarious? His son is
He wasn't playing though. I was hoping to see him play like father and son, but the son was riding the pine, I think. So, anyways,
there's a lot of talk. Yeah, it's interesting. He probably shouldn't have been a draft pick, but LeBron does what he does. He says, "You're taking my son," and they say, "Okay, I guess so."
Oh, sure, yeah.
The guys are real,
and they get to play together on the same team. That's special.
Yeah, and they've had some highlights of when they play together, and they're all lowlights because Bronny's not very good. So it's just him missing shots and passes, and his dad being like, "What are you doing?" You ever watch the Lakers game? That's all LeBron does. He'll miss, he'll pass to no one, and then he'll blame everyone else. "Why aren't you there? Why aren't you do?" Like, don't get me started on LeBron.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's Monday. Hey. We're coming in zen. We're not going to talk about LeBron. But one more for you before we get into your journeys.
I thought I was contributing to your sports.
You did.
Vibe.
I appreciate that. That was very nice of you. And then it just so happened to be the one person we don't want to talk about because he's busy worshiping Satan, and we're not about that around here.
Oh, so, what?
Yeah,
okay.
It's been proven, dog. You can look it up. Legend has it. Always got to say legend has it, so LeBron's people don't come
Okay, well, how about this one?
Okay.
I watched the Hulk Hogan documentary.
Okay.
Yes, and I finished it off today.
What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty neat to see to watch like his whole career, because I was only like a Hulkamaniac for I don't know, like a little bit of like my early childhood for a bit or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, like watching a Royal Rumble, I think his days were done in then. I don't know. But but it's cool. It is a cool documentary.
Interesting. See, I've had this really.
I guess he was like a controversial person.
That is the perfect segue into what I was about to say.
Kind of like our man Leon. Oh, what's the Lakers guy?
LeBron. Yes.
LeBron.
Controversial.
Yeah, LeBron
very, very
James.
Good.
Yeah. Him and Hulk probably bond.
Well,
At some point.
The biggest struggle I had, and when Hulk passed, we had to say, Hulkamania runs forever. Yeah, we get all that because that's what won us over. But the guy, Terry Bollea, not so much. And I had one gauge. I kept it out of my mind, so I didn't have to make the choice.
Oh.
That's his real name.
Oh,
And
yeah. Right.
shout out to the greatest rapper of all time. His name is The Abyss. He's done a couple songs in the Tooth Booth. Shout out to the Tooth Booth. And
No
The
kidding.
Abyss, he was my gauge. After we all realized this dude's a huge racist, like really bad, I said Hulk Hogan, like big time. And everyone just sort of does this one. It's like, I don't know, I used to be doing that. So I always go to Amory, aka The Abyss. I'm like, dog, are we allowed to like this guy? He'll say, nope. And then I say, okay, it's done. So if a man who has experienced racism tells me that I should not be supporting or doing anything involved with Hulk Hogan, I'm not going to do it. That's my meter. So I won't watch the documentary. So many people have asked me if I've watched it too. I guess, again, polarizing, but I like to take the self-brain out of it because I don't know. No one will really know. So if I have someone who's been involved with it who says, nope, we don't like him, then I don't like him. And that's how it went down. So I will not be watching.
There you go.
This makes it a lot easier that way. The host of Recovery with Cal, Season 1, all that 7 episodes on the network right now. You can check them out. Joining us today, his name is the Seahawk. I want to remind everybody, you'll see the banner down below with the paint can with a QR code. Hit that up, and then you will be sent to Next Level Painting, the best in the biz at what they do. You can have a discovery phone call. They'll give you a quote, and if they figure out that they are not the right business to do the job you're looking for, they will send you down to one of the businesses that they know will be good for you. And that's what I call really, really good business with a heart, because most people just take the money and worry about it later. Not there. That's why we support our friends at Next Level Painting. All right, Seahawk, we got some time now before we get into anything else. You had yourself a trip, and I told you, don't tell me anything else, because you went on not a solo road trip, but a solo night stay in a hotel in Calgary, which I'm very excited to hear about, because there's a lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, just to be clear, was this I don't know why I'm conducting. I'm John Williams. Hey, happy May the 4th.
Yes.
Go Star Wars.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so funny. It takes me, you want to know what kind of nerd I am? It takes me doing the conductor stuff, saying I'm John Williams to remember it's May 4th. John Williams basically created every single score from every movie you've ever watched that's been good. Shout out to the greatest of all time. Okay, so you find out you're going, and am I saying this right? The Bulkhead, is that what it's called? I've always been saying weird names for it. Bowhead, I was so close. Looking good, by the way. I hope the shirt came with the big purchase you made, young man.
Oh, yeah, man. It was a small perk.
No, I love this.
The biggest perk is that whip right behind
there
me, man.
She is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is here.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Happy.
Super happy.
Let's go through the journey, buddy, because this is another one of those hurdles for you, right? This is another hurdle that you were going through.
Yeah, so I went with a really close friend of mine, Rob Smith. He was my neighbor in Turtleford, Saskatchewan.
And then we've just been back.
Yeah, so like being like small town bros ever since.
Love it.
And so he picked me up, and he's got a new truck that he's like, yeah, we'll take my truck. So we didn't take the van, which I was happy that we didn't, because his truck was sweet.
Okay, we say that. Did he have to lift you up?
I tried.
He lifted you up like a little baby, right? That's what you said last time you had one of these experiences.
Oh yeah, man. I'll go by his handle, Sass Bob. Sass Bob was he's been hitting the gym. He's got his protein up. He's got his testosterone up. He just like he's ready for the challenge. He can like deadlift. Like he's a power lifter, so
come on.
He can like deadlift. Yeah, like a whole bunch of weights. So I always called it getting like the Rob cuddle. So like I put my hand around and just try to get my body close to him, and he just scoop me up and put me in the truck, and then take me out.
Like a toddler, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. You know what? It was the most efficient way to do it.
Exactly. And I hear everyone's different, but I hear, that's one of the things that you're either okay with or you're not okay with pretty quickly when you venture into this new life that's been bestowed upon you, right? So it could be a barrier. So good on you for allowing it and understanding the value of just, hey, hop up, give me a hug, you're in.
Yeah. Well, here, you know what? The other really accessible part of this truck was?
I love it already.
It had Super Cruise, which drove itself on the highway.
Come on, you got a taste of that Pistol Pete
Yes.
experience, but this is not a
Yes.
Cybertruck. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, well, it was awesome for him. It took a little bit for me to get used to, like the man beside me that's supposed to be driving is just like
Talking like this.
not,
Hey,
yeah,
it's great. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about that. It's just the
I
road.
think you have to have your hands in front of it though. So Gary, when you're conducting, you'd have to be like, conducting to the truck. Yeah, not to the side. It'll shut down.
Ooh,
It'll log
boy.
you out.
Okay. Well, that sounds very
Anyways,
dangerous. But I love that
we had
for
a
you.
great
Yeah.
road trip. It was awesome. Like other awkward stuff for me was like, but it was cool. I had to take I take a pee break in the vehicle.
Oh, that's a little,
a
little shaky.
Yeah, because I don't want to have an accident on the way, right? And I don't want to have to get picked up and put in my wheelchair, haul through to maybe a gas station stop that I could get through, get through. I have no idea, man.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was the easiest way to do it. But I use little so after I do anyways, I'm not gonna get into it.
Of course.
But but so Rob Smith was helping me out with that, Sass Bob.
That's Rob.
Yeah, so that was cool. Had a great trip. Had a little road grease. Had an A&W on the way, and had Popeye's chicken on the back.
Oh, living your best life. Now, when you eat those things, does it also feel like it's a crapshoot? Like you're sort of gambling a bit with breaks?
Dude, this. Oh, you know what the other meal was?
What's that?
Brazilian
steakhouse.
Steakhouse. It's called like a goncho or something like this.
Get in my belly, man. They just
they
don't stop. The meat doesn't stop. They just send her through. This is one of my favorite restaurants of all time. I love those.
Oh, dude, it was amazing. And man, Sass Bob loves the barbecue. Loves that charcoal.
Perfect.
And so I'm getting the full experience.
Yeah.
He warned me, watch out for the meat sweats.
In there.
And I was full, and I thought, okay, I want my favorite again.
Yeah.
And so I got my favorite brought out, got a carve of that, had one too many meats.
Yeah.
And then I paid for it all night. I don't think I slept. I just sweat the whole night. Meat sweats, dog. So, anyways, there was a full gamut of road trip fooding.
Absolutely. Well, that's what you want to do. That's what you do on those trips. Again, this is how you get back to being the new you, and I love that. I do have a store. They had one of those here in Saskatoon for a while, and shout out to one of my favorite humans of all time, my buddy Usher. Shout out to Ryan Usher, the pride and joy of Moose Jaw, Rhino for life. Great dude. It was his birthday, so Coach Kamatu and I and Ush, we went to Army, and we went to the meat house. And right before it started, they came over with cutlery, and Coach Kamatu goes, no, we won't be needing that today.
What?
I'm like, oh, okay, so this is going to be we're going caveman. All right, I ain't scared of that. The first meat that comes, scorching hot, burning everywhere. And then once you got all your burns in, just go.
Yeah.
And we didn't stop. It was a birthday to remember, and it was no cutlery allowed, so just caveman.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So good.
Do you know the cutlery that was unique in my Brazilian barbecue?
What's that?
Tongs.
For eating tongs?
No, for taking the meat. The guy would cut a piece of meat for you from this sword, and then you tong your piece to yourself.
Yeah, we didn't have no tongs, man. They just tossed on the plate in the belly. Very, very good. Love the meat. Love
caveman.
Okay, so here's where we're at right now. The reason Cal's going to Calgary.
Yes.
Bro, did you not just Cal and Gary together were a city?
I didn't piece that together until now.
What is happening? Woo! Sorry.
Dude,
this is Cal Forest.
We need to make it the next road trip to Calgary.
Yes, we have to, and just be like, this is our town. What's everyone doing in our town? Not since the days of Cal Forest Tech and NCAA football have we ever come together like that. That's a good one. I love that. So he's going there to get his bowhead adapter, right? It's an adapter for your bike.
No, dog. It's the full bike.
Full bike? It's everything?
It's the best. This is the best hand cycle on the market, man.
How dare. I'm so sorry I disrespected it. I apologize.
Man.
We've
Well,
talked
you
about
know
this for
what?
so long, and I've been screwing it up literally right down to the
I'll
name.
let you have a spin at it.
Now we're cooking. Yeah. Okay.
So I had ordered it earlier in the fall, and then I asked them to build it in the spring of this year. But yeah, it's a E assist
Perfect.
mountain bike
Love
made
that.
by Bowhead. Has the articulating front suspension, which is like
It speaks really articulate.
yeah,
I'm with
that's
you.
what like
Yeah.
it makes you feel like you're on a bicycle,
That's amazing.
which I mean is supposed to be a bicycle, but
Well, that's
anyways,
all you ever wanted, man, right from the start. This was something you never thought you'd do again. So this whole moment alone is like, holy shit, Seahawks back, baby. Sorry, I'm getting excited again.
well, it's great to be outside and on trails like city trails, forest trails.
It's not just great, Cal. This was your life before. This is your number one activity that you enjoy most doing. And then you had a tragic accident that tried to take that away, and you're like, no, man, I got my bowhead, I'm good. Like this is it's not just hurdle jumping, this is like hurdle long jumping. Like this is a big monumental moment for you, and I just want to make sure we celebrate that because lots of people can't say that they're doing this. It's a really big thing. Sorry, I'm amped up again.
Yeah, it is a huge thing, and it's like it's it's something that's going to keep me physically and emotionally and mentally engaged in outdoors where I love. So yeah, and hey man, I like to whip around.
Yeah, you do. Yes,
and,
you do.
Explore. So that's the beauty, right?
Oh, I love it so much.
So so I got to go to the shop. Wonderful people.
They roll out the red carpet for you?
Oh, it was like a walking into like a bike mechanics.
Amazing.
Like any bike mechanic that we'd have in the city.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like cool people, like the bike community is pretty groovy, awesome, fun people that, enjoy what they do. Right. So, so it was cool. I got fitted up, got to go give it a little test drive and, had a tour of the shop. I was happy. I had to make one change. I had ordered it in, a large, seatbelt thing. And I think I needed the XL.
Did the Parabelly get in the way again?
The Parabelly was in the way.
Makes it feel any better, man. My Dodge Shadow always.
I'm between like a large and an XL. Can they make it like a large, like 0.5, like a half size?
I guess all the Parabellies are different. My Dodge Shadow, 93 Shadow, always shames me when I get in because I got to pull that thing almost all the way out to get around my Gary belly. So I feel you a little bit on that one. So you got that adjusted, thank goodness, and you got yourself into it. You're riding it. You're super happy. You got a free shirt, I'm thinking, after your big spending spree.
Yes, a free shirt.
I don't want to put any misinformation out there. We do enough of that.
I was hoping they had a little bit more merch. I would have liked to go check out some of their merch. But
geared on.
It was a really neat shop.
Okay. Did you make any connections there or anything? Like anybody that you're like, oh, I'm gonna get back to with all this stuff. Like do you have a bowhead guy?
Well,
now?
you know what? I feel comfortable like calling the shop and asking them things that I need to do to do maintenance. I was able to ask them how to fix the swing arm on the bowhead reach that I was using that last year, and I'm going to do some maintenance on it. So yeah, it's cool.
Very cool. Now this is where we get really fun. So I'm assuming this was during the day when you were there, and then you go to the hotel.
Yes.
The hotel experience where normally you're in a one room with the guy. No, not this time. You're going solo room. This is the Seahawks saying, I am independent. Throw your hands up at me. Right? Like you're doing it, dog.
Yeah.
How'd she go?
So I made the booking. It was my decision. So I book at a hotel, and I looked on their website, and they have a little picture of a wheelchair accessibility.
You were very
It
excited
says
for this
accessible.
specialized
I'm like,
room.
hey,
Yes.
So I booked their accessible room. I talked to the person on the telephone from like some far place. I don't know where. Anyways,
Yep.
so I get to this hotel, and it's a brand, like a brand name hotel chain.
Okay. So
You know what I mean?
This is one we would know. Yep.
Yeah, this is one everyone's probably stayed in.
Okay.
And like, as far as accessibility, they had a parking lot with an accessible parking space that was pretty good. But like, dog, it was like, here's the thing: it had just gotten renovated. It's an old hotel,
Okay.
and you know, they just kind of slapped on. They just slapped on what they thought was accessible, but it wasn't enough.
No,
like maybe
what's that called? Research, and what's the, like, where you go through the to
Yeah,
make sure, like, you talk to people involved within the community that you're going to be
exactly.
supporting to get there. Say, does this work? Does this work? What do you think of this?
That's right.
None of that.
Yeah,
None of
like
that
there's
was
no
done.
standard for this.
Yeah.
None of that. Like, I think the Rick Hansen Foundation has like does that sort of has a code, like a accessibility code that I think businesses should really look into, and follow that. Follow what should be the standard.
This all just plays into how we're going to rank accessibility in different places here. So this is a good start.
Yeah, maybe I'll speed up the story. So I get into the room, right?
Yeah.
And here's the bonus. I'll give you the three big bonuses. Let's start with the good.
Okay.
So I could get into the bathroom. The door was wide enough to get into the bathroom.
Okay.
I could turn around my wheelchair in the bathroom, which is great.
Yep.
The toilet was able to get on, and the shower was not accessible to get into. There's like a foot lip, like it wasn't a barrier-free shower, like a roll-in shower. And maybe I could have got by if it had like a seat that I could like transfer over onto, but it didn't even have that. Yeah. So anyways, that was like, oh well, I was like, I don't even need a shower. That's fine.
Still being positive. I like that.
Yeah. So I go into the room, and they have these, like, number one, it's carpet, which I understand. Hotels are all carpet, but man, carpet sucks to roll on.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I go into the bed. It's a big king size bed. I was like, oh, well, that's right. I don't really need that, but that's fine. This king size bed leaves just enough space between the foot of the bed and this like built up like a furniture piece.
I knew it.
I had to like wheel my wheelchairs with my my hands on the tire to get through this.
That's not accessible.
Yeah. So and then they had this another big bulky furniture. What do they call those? Chaise lounger.
Oh, sounds fancy.
Yeah. Well, it didn't give me enough space to like get between the chaise lounger and like this king size bed. I was like, so I got Sass Bob. He's a bodybuilder,
Big guy.
He takes that chaise lounger, puts it up on end, so I could get in there.
Okay.
So the bonus was I could transfer onto the bed, which I was worried about.
Yeah, that was one of your biggest
worries. I was able to do that.
Okay.
But like just the space in this room was not thought out for someone in a wheelchair.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like maybe if you had difficulty, like you needed a cane or something like that.
Yeah.
Not even a walker, man. If you had a walker, I wouldn't even recommend that room.
Now,
so
please tell me that you told somebody about all of this, because none of this will change if you don't let them know, hey, by the way, guys, your accessibility is bullshit. Like, this is not accessible at all.
I'm gonna follow up. Like I left like a formal complaint with the manager, and then I think I'll continue on with your company because it was ridiculous. Oh, get this, GM.
Yes, lay it on me.
So I'm like, okay, I'll see what I could do. We're gonna try to get this room changed. But I'm gonna have to use the washroom, right?
Yeah.
So, I go into use the washroom, and the electrical is all being weird,
I don't
right?
like that. I don't like that.
So I go in the washroom, get onto the toilet.
Yeah.
Often this was like the big sketchy part about,
Yeah. The room.
traveling alone.
Yeah.
Or not traveling alone, but
Staying in your room
staying.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I asked my friend, I'm like, hey man, will you just hang out in here while I'm on the toilet? He leaves to go back to his room. He's like, yeah. And I hop in the toilet trying to think of oh yeah, man, this is not a problem. So I'm on the toilet and the freaking electrical lights go out.
No.
And I was like I was on the cam in this so-called accessible room with no lights on, man.
Man, this is the anti-accessible. They should have called it the anti-accessible room.
How worse can this get?
Man, so how do you get out of it?
It did get a little bit worse, but whatever.
Yeah, we don't need to hear all the details.
Oh, I couldn't believe it, man.
Clearly you got it. Now, did you stay the night in this room?
So, okay, yeah, Rob eventually comes back. I had given him a spare key. He finds me and he's like, I'm like calling from the room. I'm like, Rob, there's no lights in here, man.
It's so dark.
So,
oh man.
So he calls down to the front desk, and the front desk says, oh, okay, we'll send up a maintenance man. So they send up a maintenance man.
While you're still in there.
While I'm still in the toilet. And this dude is going around the room, flicking lights on, you know what I mean? I'm like,
hey, privacy would be nice.
Yeah, and actually popped in and tried the lights in the bathroom. I'm like, dude, I'm in here, man. He's like, you know what I mean? He didn't he was professional. He wasn't creepy or anything like that.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah.
Kind of an odd dude,
I gotta tell you, Cal.
Anyways, that's where it got bad. That was the only downside of the entire trip.
Yeah.
The rest was so much fun with Rob, and I'm super stoked to have the bike. But
let's see it.
Yeah.
Do the big reveal right now. Can you?
Yeah.
There we go. Watch this. Watch him work his man. Look at that. What a beauty. My goodness. So I'm just envisioning this right now. Your beautiful supermodel wife, Laura, driving that incredible, fantastic golf cart around, pulling you and that bad boy right behind it. And the MPT in there cheering you on. You got a whole squad, brother. That is so cool, man. Look at that. So they just strap you in and off you go.
Yeah. And, the difference between the RX and the Reach, the Reach was all assist. This is a hand cycle.
Yeah.
So man, it's gonna be a good workout for me.
Very pumped.
I'm
very pumped.
It's gonna really help out my body
of course,
stay fit and whatnot.
And your mental health, because you're back in your happy place, dog. I can't stress that enough. The whole point of this is to get you back to you, and this is I'm very happy, and I'm even more excited to tell you about this. I didn't tell you about this because I wanted to just get your reaction on the show. On Sunday, which was yesterday, we had a new member of the family come by here and record her first episode. And I'm not going to reveal too much about it.
Ooh.
But she's an incredible human being, 17 years old. She's in grade 12. And she wanted to start a show talking about her disabilities and basically trying to raise awareness about it. And while we were shooting her pilot episode, she talked about how the biggest allies you can have in this journey to make the world more accessible are the people, and this is how she described it, and tell me if this sounds familiar to you at all, are the people who have lived a normal life, have been on the other side of the accessibility debate, and you do a little bit here and there and all that, and that's great. But once you have a person like that who's been on the other side for so long, has a tragic accident, and all of a sudden is living on the exact opposite side of all of this. Those are the best allies you can have because you have experience with both. Unlike her, who has been disabled since birth, and she was talking about the importance. So when she was done, I was like, dude, I got introduced to my dog, the Seahawk, like this. You just described. She's like, no, are you serious? Then I showed her a little clip of Recovery with Cal. She's like, that's incredible. I was like, trust me, this is the ally you want, dude. So when I hear you talking about how, yeah, we're gonna call this hotel chain back and let them know you say this is accessible, and it absolutely is not. You guys really got to work on this. Because her name's Olivia. I call her Miss Olivia. She's such a sweetheart. And she's talking about how you have to have the tough conversations and you have to keep going. You can't just say something and leave it. You have to keep going and make sure they understand how bad this is and how important it is for people like you trying to find themselves again and to do these things. So there's going to be some crossover. Like I was telling her about season 2 of Recovery with Cal as well, and she's going to do a full episode with you. Big things coming. And I just wanted you to know that as a woman growing up from birth with disabilities, she understands how much value there is in what you're doing and your journey. So there's going to be some crossover stuff, and really, really excited for it. So very, very cool with that. As we continue here on the Monday edition of your show, we do have to get to Boontis. I got a Boontis pre-tape that we're going to jump to right away here, but I do want you to hang out with me for a couple more minutes because I want to sing with you. Is that okay, buddy?
You got it.
Okay. Anything else from the trip?
I'm just going to mouth the song.
Of course, but just having you here to make sure it's all good makes me very happy. I also want to remind everybody real quick. Venom and I were on here earlier. We're doing Paper Mario, doggy. Paper Mario. You ever play Paper Mario?
Describe it.
Well, Mario is a piece of paper. He's literally Paper Mario, and everything's paperized in the game. This is the very first one, so it's from the N64. It is one of the most aesthetically pleasing games you'll ever play. Beautiful. But it's an RPG game with Mario. I imagine you wouldn't be playing Paper Mario. I didn't play Paper Mario until today. So I guess until Friday. And by the way,
well, maybe I'll have to check it out on Twitch and
it might.
You know what? I'm a kind of guy. When I was a kid, I would just watch like my brothers play these games, and that was like my entertainment.
Yeah, and you would help them. That's the whole point. So when you're on Twitch,
they're better at the gaming than I was. So I was like, yeah, man, like I'll watch.
And your job as you're watching is to tell them, oh, make sure you go hit that block. Make sure you go over, there's something back over there. I was the same guy, like the wingman to the trigger guy. And I got to tell you, last Friday night, Venom and I started Paper Mario. And we had, to this point, the greatest pizza we've ever had from Vern's Pizza.
Nice.
Look at it dance. The Inferno Chicken Pizza, Seahawk. I'm drooling talking about the Inferno Chicken Pizza. It was spicy, but spicy flavor, not burn your face off hot. It was sweet, had some bacon in there, some chicken, little pineapple. It was one of the greatest things. It's a Vern's Light, so it's the thinner one. Again, Venom, numerous times we said this is easily the best pizza we've ever had. So they have an absolute banger coming to the menu. Make sure you order that Inferno Chicken Pizza. It'll blow your mind as well. Don't forget to side it with some of those stuffed cheesy bread. It's $8.95. So incredibly good. Thanks to our friends.
I think I like those.
Oh, they're so freaking good. Everything is. That's the whole point with Vern's Pizza, man. Everything's amazing. We don't just say it. It's true. They give us these new items to promote and try out, and they always ask for a quick review on them, and this one was a long review. I couldn't stop gushing about the Inferno Chicken Pizza, so shout out to them. Once again, our friends over at Vern's Pizza. Okay. Oh, one more time for Vern's. I hit the wrong button. I don't mind it one bit. Look out. Hey, Vern's. Check them out. This is what I was trying to do, get that up there. All right, we'll do the rest after the pre-tape because I'm going to sing now and make sure we tell everybody how to get a hold of us. As we continue to say, nah, man, we're frickin' done to all the big corporations, all the serial sneers running around trying to take you for every single penny you have, shaking you upside down, saying more, more, more. You know what we're talking about. A lot of this world is just basically big, giant corporations and mainstream media is trying to screw you over at every single turn. We are the anti that, okay? We want to help you genuinely to the point where it's a little bit detrimental, okay? Because when you're trying to operate and you're doing it the right way, it's so much harder because you're not allowing the greasiness. You're not allowing the dinks and the butts. You know what I'm saying? You're only allowing good people in because you know they will do good. And you only want your name attached to people that are doing good because then you can be proud to talk about them. And all these businesses that we're working with are just like that. So when it comes to your business and whatever you're doing, if you're seeing all these algorithms out there online, you're like, why don't we have an online presence? We can give that to you. We have promotions going right now that can help you get those videos out there so people can understand who you are and what you're about. Because that's what we want. The more good people we help, the better this city becomes. If you can get behind the idea of reminding everyone about those golden rules, man, just treat others how you want to be treated. Just be nice, all these little things. Then please reach out to us, okay? Very, very easy to do, unless you're by yourself, and then the song gets a little bit harder, but luckily Seahawk will be there to pretend to sing and fill the silence as I struggle. Please send an email to 1234 contact@dufferinave.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. That might be the best one you ever did, Doc. Best ever solo.
Yeah, thanks.
For sure. I didn't even look up, but I know you were nailing all your notes like you always do because you're a professional. Buddy, so happy that we got you on. So excited for you to Bowhead. Real quick, how was the first rip? I know you took her out. How'd she go?
Oh, it was good. I took a little bit to kind of get the feeling of steering with the hand cycle.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a real flowy ride. So yeah, no, it was good.
I'm so happy. This is again, every time we talk now for the rest of our lives, it's always going to go back to City Hospital, sitting in the sunroom, you and I shooting the shit, and all the things that you wanted to do and wanted to get started on, and all these dreams that you had in the new life that you were about to embark on. This would probably be right there at the top. Being and not getting the Bowhead, but what the Bowhead brings you, which was getting you back out into the woods, getting you back out doing the thing you love more than anything else in the world besides your family and friends. To be able to do that with something like this, it's a monumental time for you, buddy. It's another one of those really big hurdles you can check off your list. So I'm just really, really, really pumped for you, really happy. And you know me, I can't say enough good things about you. So thank you for making it back, and we will do an update on where we're at with this hotel chain that says they're accessible and isn't.
I thought we were going to do an update of me riding riding the Bowhead, dog.
Well, that's a given. That too. But I just want to stay on there. I'm on this new journey, this new accessibility journey. Because another thing my friend Miss Olivia talked about was, having people not fully understanding and educating, the importance of educating. She says, I would really much rather have people ask me about my condition and ask me and learn instead of, just assuming things. It's a really good debut episode. You're gonna love it. So you guys will be crisscrossing. But yes, all of that will be involved. So to you, my friend, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you greatly. Give the amputee and your lovely wife a hug, and the animals and everyone else. And we will check back in with you very, very soon, my friend. I love you. Any parting words? Your catchphrase is catching on, by the way.
What is it?
Wear a helmet.
Yeah. Take care. Wear a helmet.
His name's Seahawk. Love you, buddy. That's good. Very, very good. All right. So good. Whew. I had to explain that one, the wear a helmet joke, because it wasn't even from Cal falling out of his chair, which he's done a lot. Not too much. I shouldn't say that. He's only a couple times. But everyone assumed that was wear a helmet because you're going to fall out of your chair. No, it's wear a helmet when you're cutting down trees and they fall on your head and gash you. And what happened to Uncle Mike, who we'll talk to tomorrow as we roll on here, to use a catchphrase. And it is time to get into our final interview of the day. Now, Phantom, this is a Zoom pre-tape. I forgot to label. You're okay? Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to check in with our main man, Boontis. It's just a fantasy. Fantasy! Zoom with our man, Boone. This is just a fantasy, another fantasy. Zoom with Boone. I got to really smash the table here because we're bare bones. Except for this. Look at this
Sounds
thing.
good.
You see this? This is the radio that my grandma used to listen to me on for all those years when I was at the other place. And it still works. Isn't that cool? It's got to be from the 60s.
I mean, yeah, they built them to last back then.
Yeah, dude. Look at this thing. I don't even know. I can't take it. Look at that. Look at that.
If you drop it, it still works, guaranteed.
Absolutely. It's going to be here long after us. So very cool. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah, doing all right. We're hanging in there as we roll into another week of work and fun, but we are coming off the draft. We had our draft after the draft. I haven't even looked at mine. I didn't look at it on purpose because I had the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round pick. So I just left it open for my dynasty. Shout out to Big C and the crew in that draft. But I will look at it once we get into it because you only got so many guys you can draft that might even do something for you, right?
Sure, but so you just let it to auto pick or someone
Yeah,
picked
well,
for you?
I put some in the queue type of thing. Some guys that I would have liked, but obviously after trading away all my picks, because this is one of those leagues where it's a lot of it's above me, I guess I would say, as in that I don't really know much. I take flyers on guys if I like their name or like Ramcam. Saw him once. I was like, that's my guy, so I want to go after that. So it was
That's
a little
hell
bit
of a
less.
pick. Yeah.
Again, 3, 4, and 5 in Dynasty. Like those are guys that are going to be, waiting on for a while. So that's my little story of telling you we had the draft. Oh man, I got players and I got I got a lot of things popping up here. I saw you. I'm 6 players over my roster limit. Who would have thought?
Nice.
That's good to know.
That happens.
Of course. Okay, so let's get into yours because you actually had some very nice spots for your draft, didn't you? Didn't you possibly get some guys?
I'd 4th spot, and yes, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, right rounds.
So
we only made it through. What are we, halfway through the 2nd round? It's a slow draft.
Oh, it's still going. So you have your 1st round pick though.
I have my 1st and 2nd round.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. I would love to get into those.
So, the first 3 ahead of me were possibly no surprise.
Fernando,
but
Tate.
Jeremiah Love was number 1.
Love. Yeah, that makes sense. Love is the given.
Then, who is this? What's the first name of this guy?
What's the last name?
Jordan Tyson.
Ah, yeah. He was the other big
wide receiver that went to New Orleans.
That's right.
Nolans. And then Fernando, which is interesting. It's a 2 quarterback league. There's 14 teams, so it's deep.
Yeah, no kidding.
So
even with Kirk Cousins taking those touches, he's still probably valuable if he gets in at some point in that type of format.
Well, I was saying it was interesting that no one took him before. Like if he's that good of, potentially, a number 1 quarterback,
I'm with you.
So maybe the first 2 guys, I don't know, they were the worst. Well, one of the worst. I think the first, how do we do it? The first 4 positions, actually, it's not set. You're the worst, you get the best pick.
I got you.
We do a draw.
Yeah.
But it's bottom 4 in the league, anyways.
It's the ping pong balls with the lottery. That's basically what you guys do.
Yeah. 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 But
to ensure no tanking. Don't tank.
Yeah.
Necessarily. Unless you're me and you tank naturally and you just don't pick it up till it's too late. Okay. Well,
so anyways, all this to say.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, you go ahead.
Well, all this to say.
Those first 3 went before
I haven't got to my.
I'm going to call it Tate. I'm going to call it Tate. Tell me you tated. Yes.
I did.
Boontis is living that tater life. And I believe, dude.
Like it's going to be interesting, right? 2nd year QB.
I feel like he could be rookie of the year. Like loves the lock, but it all depends on how much time you see. And I feel like with the way Tennessee is, but he went to Tennessee, right? 4th pick overall?
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. So you're going in there. You got, like you said, 2nd year QB. Not much else. Is sort of my point. Was it is Calvin Ridley there? Is he the guy they're always waiting on? The fact we can't name guys, it makes me think Tate's going to see a lot of balls.
Oh, well, no. Yes, Calvin Ridley is there. Wandale Robinson.
That was the guy that picked up. And
this offseason, he's a little guy.
Oh, yeah. He was fun to watch.
Carnell Tate is 6'3", 200 pounds.
Line him up beside each
other. The big boy. He's the fast one. I
like that.
So, Wandale is a pretty decent wide receiver, but he's 5'8".
Yeah.
Little guy, right? Slot.
Little slot guy.
Darting
very
in
fast,
and out.
Very fast. Agile.
Yeah.
Quick.
So, but he does have the ear of the new coach. Who also came over from New York, right?
Yes.
So
okay. Something to think about. I like that. I like that pick for you. Out of those four, I'd say that's probably the second best compared to Jeremiah, the savior for the Cardinals, which I'm looking very
Yeah,
forward
if he would have fell for me, obviously that's an easy pick, but he wasn't
very
going to.
So
I
that
wasn't
was
expecting.
that's fair. That's just smart general managing. So with all of that in mind, where did your second pick go? Because this is what I mean when I wasn't really prepared. Like after that first round of guys, which I wasn't even in, I was like, it's just throw guys at me. And I'll tell you who I ended up getting because I was just looking at it, and I'm going to need some help identifying these guys.
Okay.
So who did you go with in round two?
So round two, it was, like I said, it was 14 team league. It was pretty picked over by the time they got there.
Oh, yeah.
The way we do our rookie drafts, and our drafts, we call them rookie drafts, but it's really anyone's, like even if someone's on waivers, they're fair game too.
Okay.
Got to me pretty much not all, but a lot of the wide receivers were picked over.
Cleaned out.
Running backs really picked over. So I started looking at the guys on waivers. And lo and behold, I found quite possibly the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Shedeur? You got my man Shedeur?
No,
then
all the buzz right now is
you don't got the
Deshaun.
starter, dude. You know
All the
Deshaun's
buzz right
backstory.
now is Deshaun's making his. Well, of course I know his backstory.
And I don't mean
This is
like
fantasy football, man.
I don't mean the backstory of getting frisky with all of the different people that were trying to fix you up. I'm talking about the backstory of holy crap, does this guy ever suck now? That's the backstory. Like I love the waiver because it's going to be a hell of a lot better if he does become the guy that everyone wants him to be. But I don't think he's got it in him anymore, man. Like, how many years has it been since we all took him in like top 3 picks when he was at the Texans?
For sure.
Okay, it's a big
This is
downfall.
but these drafts are very different, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah, of course.
it was either him. Like I wanted to pick up another quarterback. I've got 2 fairly decent starters.
Okay.
So I was either thinking I'd be
It's a
able
great
to
stash.
pick someone up
Great
cheap
stash.
here.
Yeah.
Like a rookie, or I saw him. I was like, you know what? He could turn into.
I'm with you. Oh, yeah. Dude,
compared to Carson Beck.
and funny you should say that name, young man, because I'm pretty sure I ended up getting Carson Beck.
Right? Or, there's no tight ends. There's
No, I'm with
Jalen
you.
Wright was there as an option, but I mean,
No.
he's not going to do much there so long as.
So you had yourself a good little start to this long draft.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Like fairly good. A couple of guys were like, "Oh my God, I totally forgot to check the non-rookies." Right. So I was the one that opened it up.
You were the guy who found the diamond mine. Okay, so we go from a great start to a dynasty draft for our buddy Boontis, and then it comes over to us over here, and we got to cut 6 guys, Boone, and we only play 1 QB, and I'm currently looking at 4 QBs on my roster. Dylan Gabriel, Michael Penix, Danny Dimes, and Carson Beck. As a Cardinals fan, obviously I want my Carson Beck.
Yeah, well, and that's high upside, right? Like,
of course.
Jacoby could get injured.
Yeah,
and
odds are.
Who knows? He's thrown right in.
I feel like I'm just going to end up dropping all these. Like CJ Daniels, wide receiver with the Rams.
What about Dylan Gabriel?
Oh, no, I'm talking about, okay, we'll get rid of Dylan Gabriel. That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's 1. We got to drop 5 more. See you later, Dylan Gabriel. Okay,
Yeah,
so he is
sorry. If you're only starting 1 guy, and you've got 4.
Yep.
Yeah, you need
Penix, Jones, and Beck.
3's okay to carry.
That's good. Then I have Kareem Hunt, who I want to hold on to. Tez Johnson. CJ Daniels is 30% rostered, but he's only 1% starting. Any chance you see some playing time with LA? That's a long silence right
Wait
there.
a second. CJ Daniels, he's a running back?
Wide receiver, it says here.
Oh.
He will turn 25 at the end of his rookie season following a 6-year college career. He went the long way. I like that. He was a 6th-round pick, bringing in another body to join. Yeah, he's gone. We don't need to waste a spot on CJ Daniels. So that's 2 down. Let's see what else we got. So I got Cooper Kupp, Hollywood Brown, and Brendan Ayuk. They all stay. Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is a free agent right now. Is he worth holding on to? You think he'll sign anywhere?
Was in Buffalo.
Your face said it all. He's dropped. There you go.
Yeah,
See you
I
later,
think
Gabe Davis.
in fact, I
Yeah.
think I dropped him in the league that we're talking about.
Samesies. Look at us go. Joshua Palmer in Buffalo. We want to hold on to him. He might have some touches. Jalen Naylor I have here, which is very nice in Vegas. He's looking pretty. We'll hold on to him. Okay, here we go. Oscar Delp. What a name. Oscar Delp, tight end in New Orleans. 73rd overall, third rounder. Okay, he's staying. That's all I need to see, hey? You ever heard of
play?
You ever heard of Mr. Delp before? No? Holy, I have 8 tight ends here. Apparently, I got tight ends in the draft. Michael Trigg is the tight end.
All the tight ends.
I guess so. Trying to make up for my lack of tight end over here. Michael
So
Trigg.
sorry, you jumping back to Delp.
Yes.
All they have there is Juwan Johnson. He's an old elder statesman.
Yeah. He's got
coaching
a chance.
30.
He's 70.
I mean,
71% roster.
You need an injury, but
that's okay.
Who knows? The young gun might outperform, right?
Very true. Sam Roush is the tight end in Chicago. He'll be behind Loveland. And
Loveland to the moon, man.
Yeah, so Roush is dropped. Don't need you. We're getting close now, Boone. Michael Trigg, we talked about. Will Kacmarek, tight end, Miami. No, I don't think so. What do you think? He's gone.
Do they even have a quarterback in Miami?
Yeah, we're getting out of the Miami game. Fenton, we can go a little bit long too if we want to wait a little bit, just so we can finish this up. Unless you can start it while we're recording. I just don't know if we can do that. Okay, so we will. We'll start a little late. It's fine.
You know who the tight end is in Miami that you need?
Waller. Oh, Kuntz is there.
Zach Kuntz.
It's a great name, man. Shout out to Zach. What a guy. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to Delp. I'm going to hold on to Trigg. Now I have to get rid of either Noah Fant, who would be ahead of Delp, and he's way less rostered. So Noah Fant is probably saying goodbye. And then I got Dawson Knox and Adam Troutman.
Really? Oh, hold on. Did you?
Yeah.
You already dropped him?
Well, I was about to.
No.
Okay, I'll drop Adam Troutman first. There we go. Bye, Mr. Troutman. Are we almost there? I think we're almost
Holy crap,
there.
you had all... Man, you had...
I told you. It didn't go the best of ways, to say the very least here. But that's okay. So...
You just got all tight ends.
Basically, that's how it looks. But we got one that, like, Delp is the big winner here. I think Delp and Trigg are the two guys that'll line up. And then we got Fant and Knox. And then who am I starting? Oh, I got Mr. Kittle. George Kittle is my go-to tight end. Interesting. Okay. So now it looks like we're working with something here, hey? Very nice.
Yeah, man.
Very
so
nice.
How many years have you been in that league? What's the backstory?
I think it's the 3rd year. Big C. Shout out to Colton, our best buddy. Shout out to Cosmo as well. He's a heavy hitter in the Cosmo Industries community. Love our buddy Big C. He invited me into it when some guy dropped out, and the problem with this one is it was a lower money buy-in. So when it got to the structure of my priorities, it was always sort of the back burner. But this year, I'm going to give it a good go, even though I traded away all my picks. So the story here is that we have a pretty good team that may be able to do some damage. You want to hear the starting lineup real quick before we make our way out of here?
Yeah, man.
Okay, here we go. We got Patrick Mahomes as your starting quarterback. Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry are the running backs. Not bad. A.J. Brown, we can talk about that on Thursday when we're back here and have a little more time. A.J. Brown, wherever that guy goes, guys, I think we can all agree he's getting traded. Yeah. That could be a real wild card there. Romeo Dobbs.
On the street is New England.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Apparently it's already done. And Khalil Shakur, and then George Kittle. And then we got 4 flexes. And we got Kyron Williams, J.K. Dobbins, which probably might maybe get popped out. We'll see how that goes. James Conner and Kayshon Boutte. That's the lineup. And then our bench has we got Ayuk on the bench. We got Kupp on the bench. Hollywood Brown on the bench. And Naylor. And then our rookies. So that's sort of how it's all looking to play out. Man, I keep trading the picks because the draft doesn't do much for me. And So I trade them all for actual starters, and that's why my starting roster is really good. But once the depth comes into play, which always happens with dynasty teams, we'll see where it all goes. But we're always coming in hot, which is nice.
Yeah.
Anything else going on before
Nice.
we let you go, my friend, as we are getting – this is being recorded right before the show, and we're starting to cut into showtime, so I have to let you go. Anything going on? Anything cool? Anything exciting?
No, man. Spring cleaning,
Oh, God.
landscaping,
Oh, yeah.
boring stuff.
Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. Anybody else's back's hurt here? Didn't think so. Oh, Mr.
Didn't
Gilmore.
think so.
Impressive trophy you have there. I did it for you this time. His name is Boontis. Joins us every Monday and Thursday. He's
Nice
our
work.
fantasy football guru and so much more. Always love checking in, buddy. Have a great couple days off. And then on Thursday, we'll regroup and we will get right into this because there's a couple more things we want to get into and just time restrained today. So thank you.
Sounds
love
good.
you. To the moon and back. Say hello to the family. We'll talk to you on
buddy.
Thursday.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you again to Boontis, our fantasy football insider, letting us know, in case you were wondering at home, can you get nerdier than just normal fantasy football? Oh, yes, you can, my friends. Yes, you can. It's called Dynasty Fantasy Sports, where every year there's more turnover, as we just showed you there. It's like the next level of fantasy stuff. Very, very cool. Phenom, let's go ahead and wake up Frankie. As I tell you, it is supper time. Hit up our friends over at Bugsies. Look at that right there. This is the t-shirt that you will win once you try all 69 flavors from your passport that you will pick up at either location, Markham Mall or Lawson Heights. Every Tuesday and Thursday, in-house, you get over half price off those wings. It's way easier to knock them all off the passport and get the t-shirt. We will be doing a show from there, showcasing all 69 flavors. Still number one in the power rankings, by the way. The sweet pickle heat is oh so good. I need to get back into some of those as we get ready for 13th melon season and then pre-game feast going on. Thanks to our friends at Bugsies. Very excited for that. A huge thank you. Huge thank you to our Monday regulars here. The Seahawk, host of Recovery with Cal, talking about the new bowhead. I've called it everything except the bowhead, so I'm very happy that we got that done now. As he recapped his journey to Calgary and his quest to bring up awareness as far as accessibility goes has truly begun as he ran into a nightmare with a chain that we all know. We're not going to say, we're not going to bring people down, but we are into fixing the problems. And we made sure that the Seahawk will continue to let that chain of hotels know you're not actually accessible. You say you are, but once I'm in there, you're not. He was on the toilet in the dark. How are you going to transfer off a toilet in the dark? That alone. Anyways. We'll stay on that. Seahawk, best in the biz, and congratulations on his new bowhead. As well, Miss Olivia, who we were talking about earlier, new show coming up very soon about accessibility. We're going to combine forces. We're going to have quite the squad here, but you throw in Justine and Shaylin, our backstage lounge bros. Our quest to make things accessible got a little easier, I think, as we get more motivated. To Boontis for giving us a couple minutes talking about the NFL draft and who the heck are you going to use in your non-dynasty fantasy sports teams this year. There's a couple out there, but not too many. To Phenom, my main man, my Paper Mario bro. Thank you for another great show, another great stream. We're going to be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. to do some more Paper Mario, as that's going to be the new time slot for the next little while before Phenom heads back to school. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And then tomorrow, the All That Angst edition of your show. Uncle Mike will be in the house as well as Matt from all the bands. We're going to talk about the dump. I was at the dump today. I had no idea. Did you know, Phenom, that we have a brand new dump? They moved it. I didn't even know they moved the location. I thought they just upgraded where it was. All the details. Dump talk coming up tomorrow with the All That Angst boys. Until then, keep doing those good things, all right? I love you. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for continuing this movement of reminding everyone, hey, we can get through this. We just got to be nice. Just be nice to people, all right? Take a breath before you rage. And be nice. I'll miss you so much until tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Monday. Take care.